Your baby and you, helping you find your way with your little one. Neonatal unit.
Where are you going now, you? You're off, aren't you?
My second little boy was born almost 9 weeks early via an emergency C-section, and he spent almost 2 months on the neonatal intensive care unit.
Neonatal unit. Babies that are born preterm or require additional medical care following birth may be admitted to the neonatal unit.
I remember the first time that I went to see my baby. I was recovering from a traumatic birth, so I wasn't in the best shape physically or mentally. And I can remember going in and seeing my tiny, tiny baby in a plastic box, and he was covered in wires, and there were all sorts of machines making all sorts of noises. And I just remember thinking, how have we ended up here, and how on earth are we going to get home?
I felt very scared and nervous when my son was taken into the unit for the first time due to all the noise. He was born premature and he was tiny. What you'll hear and you'll see is a lot of monitors, a lot of wiring and alarms and beepers going off, but to be honest with you, you get used to them, and all the nurses are very familiar with what's going on.
For the first couple of days that we were there, I felt very self-conscious about doing skin to skin. I would ask the nurses to pull the curtain, which nobody is looking at you, nobody's paying any attention. Everybody else is just focused on their baby and doing the best for them. You get involved in your child's care, and I wish I'd been brave enough to do it sooner. Wiping behind their ears and round their neck, getting them changed when they do start wearing clothes.
We recognise the importance of involving parents in the care of their baby at the earliest opportunity. However, they are very, very frightened, and more so if the baby is extremely small, extremely sick and requiring a lot of intensive investigations.
One of the things that really helped me cope with not being able to be with my baby all the time was the bonding squares. They're just small pieces of fabric, and you keep one piece on you all the time. So I used to just tuck mine in my bra strap, and then the other one stays in the incubator or the cot with the baby. And every time you visit, you just swap the squares over, and the square that stays with the baby has obviously got your scent on, and it helps comfort them, and is just a way of saying to them, I'm here with you.
The advice I would give to any parents first time going to the unit is don't panic. Obviously it's the first time you've been exposed to something like this. However, all the staff are fully trained. Nothing, no surprises, they know exactly what's going on. Have faith in them, but also make sure you feel that you can go there to speak to anyone there, because they're all really approachable. I found the staff at the unit to be very helpful, very knowledgeable and really, really approachable. They were amazing. Being a father, I thought I would be the last person they needed to spend any time with, but they're really interactive. They bring you in, explain things to you and ask how you're feeling. So I felt really welcomed and supported.
Often it can be several hours before mum is well enough to visit baby on the neonatal unit, and this will obviously be governed by her maternal well-being and her obstetric condition. We do encourage actively partners and fathers to visit the babies, and if at all possible we will arrange for the parents to visit the neonatal unit before the baby is actually born, so that they've actually got a mental picture of where the baby may be. We find that this goes a long way to allaying some of their anxieties in those first few hours.
It's really important that as a parent of a neonatal baby, you talk to somebody about how you're feeling. And there's an amazing charity in Greater Manchester. It works with all the hospitals with neonatal units called Spoons. They provide trauma counselling for parents, peer-to-peer support, so you could chat to another parent who has experienced the neonatal journey. And Spoons are also there when you do get to take your baby home, so that support doesn't go away.
My son's thankfully doing really well. He's progressing, developing in line with someone his age. So he's doing really well, thanks to all the support from the NHS.
I remember the first time that I held my baby, and I was absolutely terrified that I would hold him the wrong way, that I would upset him, that one of his wires would come loose, that something would go wrong, that I didn't enjoy that first hold of my baby. And I remember looking up at the clock and thinking, just do it for 5 minutes, just get through the next 5 minutes. And I found myself saying that a lot when I was on the unit. I've had a year of getting through the next 5 minutes, but we've done it. I'm sure that you will too. So good luck.
Go on, you're doing it. Go on, keep going.
Services that are available to you in Greater Manchester: Infant Parent Service, Psychological Therapy, Specialist Perinatal Community Mental Health Team, Maternal Mental Health Service, Spoons Charity. Please ask your GP or healthcare professional about these services. A special thank you to all the parents and babies of Greater Manchester who shared such precious insight and content included in the current and original resources. You can watch the original resources by searching Getting It Right from the Start on YouTube, where you can find the 10 original chapters.